Hey everybody, it's Rob here. We compiled a full cheat sheet, step-by-step guide, as well as a video of the best leveling strategy for Season 5 that starts here in less than 20 hours from now. So we have a video already up here that goes over the entire strategy here, 1 to 70. There are also timestamps in this video, but I also have a written guide right here, and I'm just gonna talk about the most important strategies. We also have a full leveling tier list with every build out there right here. So first thing, you create your character in the season. You wanna start the game on World Tier 2, and then you're gonna wanna go over here in Kyovashad, and you wanna be talking with the wardrobe and hire your pet. So this is very crucial because the pet, wherever you take a dog or a kitty, doesn't matter, it's gonna pick up all the materials and all the cinders in the Helltide. And then you basically want to start the seasonal quest. I've already, I'm gonna make a video about the season quest as well. So probably it's gonna be in Kyovashad. They've also confirmed this already, that we're gonna have a season quest. There's been this entire blog post here where they talk about the seasonal quests. I think a bit down here they showed this overview here, that there is going to be a season quest of lambs and wolves to just start already in World Tier 2, and then you can enter the Infernal Hordes later on. So definitely we start in this season quest, and you are getting the season progression and the season rewards that are going to give you a good amount of gear. It's going to give you a starter set for every class. We have it here. So again, Barb, Weapon Swap, Druid, Cataclysm, Necromancer, Bone Spirit, Golem, Sorcerer, Chain Lightning, and Rogue Flurry. So you can get these rewards and use them to level faster. So that's really cool. Another very useful tip is as you go to the season quest or as you go to the Helltide, you want to be grabbing at least one bundle of herbs so you can go to the Alchemist later and craft at the blacksmith. Craft one of the elixirs that's going to give you basically a bunch of additional experience. I think the very basic ones, they only cost like, 10, or I think it's only like 5 bundled herbs, so you only need to pick one. Alternatively, you can also do this Raising Spirit quest, cheer to the militia, and go back here and you're gonna get the stuff. And then at the beginning, you always want to do Helltides. Helltide is just the best, so right out of the bait, we're gonna go into the Helltide, and ideally you want to do this in a group. Again, even if you are not playing in a group or you don't want to play in a group for whatever reason, we have an open world in Diablo. So as soon as you head to the Helltide after the season quest, you're going to be going to the maiden event, you're going to be running around looting chests, and you're going to engage other players. It's going to happen if you want it or not. Players are going to be there, and you can see here in this leveling, we'll be blasting, and again, this season is going to be one of the fastest leveling seasons and experiences ever. Every character is very, very strong. So no matter which build you choose, especially with the power of friendship in the Helltide, you're gonna be crushing it, and you're gonna be just blasting and well on your way to level 100. So you want to do this like maiden events here, this orange ones in the Helltide, very strong. You need a lot of single target, and if you're playing hardcore, you want to be careful, because this maiden, as you see here, it hurts. It hurts a lot. The power of friendship is strong. And then you're basically just blasting the leveling, you're doing the Helltide until, and in this video I did it a little too long. Basically, the first hour you do Helltide, you can be a bit faster than that. But basically, the first hour or 45 minutes you want to do the Helltide, and then during the break you do your class quest. And if you're feeling strong enough already, you can skip this dungeon part where you get aspects. You just instantly go to the Capstone dungeon. So about 1 hour in, if you are blasting and you're feeling comfortable, you can do the Capstone. If you are feeling you don't want to go that early, you are a more casual player, it's completely fine to do Helltide for a second hour. But again, if you want to be fast, and I'm expecting people to level 5 to 6 hours to level 100, it's going to be very fast, because we have a bunch of bonuses and a bunch of changes that I'm going to talk about later here as well, where we get more XP. But either way, so I here was level 36, and we started the Capstone about 50 minutes in. This was a little later than I wanted to do it, so we are like about a level over leveled here. But it's very comfortable if you have like any of the meta builds, any of the strong builds on any class. So here I'm playing Barbarian with Upheaval, and they are buffing Upheaval, and they're also buffing the Call of the Ancients to be even stronger than what you see here in this footage. And one big tip before you go to the Capstone dungeon, definitely try to temper all your gear. You can temper resistance on it, and you can also temper close or just damage percent. And this is going to help you a lot clearing this capstone. And then you're basically clearing this capstone. It should take you like about an hour to do it. This was my first practice. And once the capstone is done, you are going instantly into World Tier 3. And one important change that they did is, you see it here when I kill the capstone boss. So this is about my damage here. You can see the damage against the curator at level 37, so I leveled up another time. You see here with, once we start blasting our engines, like he's going down a lot. And they are buffing these engines, so it's gonna be even stronger. And yeah, once this guy dies, he's dropping us a Nightmare Dungeon Sigil. So basically you're World Tier 2, and you're already getting a guaranteed sigil here. So you see I got a sigil. Might have like almost missed it, but he drops the sigil. And you can take the sigil, and then you need to make a choice. If you want to be a bit more try-hard and sweaty, you can instantly go World Tier 3, and you can start Nightmare Dungeons. So here for me, you might remember this dungeon, it's the Champion's Demise. I went in there right away, and this is extremely, extremely strong. Like, doing the Nightmare Dungeons at such a low level, if you can complete them, you're gonna get more than double the XP than in comparison to doing anything else. So you can do this in a group, or you can do them solo. I did them solo here. It helps a lot. In a group you can split, it's gonna be even faster. But solo, it seems a bit easier. So you're just doing these Nightmare Dungeons, basically. Alternatively, again, in the sheet here, World Tier 3 transition, you can either go do the Nightmare Dungeons right away, or you go to the Helltide. But what I definitely recommend, and obviously in this testing I couldn't do it, coming back to our data here, in World Tier 3 you'll be giving the second part of the season quest line. So the Eyes of the Enemy, and this is the season quest line that unlocks the Infernal Hordes later. We don't know exactly how much XP we're gonna get in the Infernal Hordes. I personally, they buffed it a lot, but I personally don't think it's gonna be anywhere completely crazy or anywhere better than Nightmare Dungeons. But they juiced up the rewards as well. So you need to make a decision, like, do you want to do the season quest line? If you are like a more casual player and you just wanna have fun, you know, it's definitely recommended to do the season quest line and then either continue Helltide or go into Nightmare Dungeons. I personally will go into Nightmare Dungeons right away because I think blasting up to 100 is just going to be so fast for us, and then we will like catch up on some of the quest lines later. But we'll see, we might change this as well, depending and seeing how it goes. Like the season quest line might be completely crazy, right? And if you want your starter sets from the season journey, you definitely want to be doing this quest. So I 100% recommend you doing this quest. You can follow the written guide here as well. I'm going to link this as well on the 4 builds, so it's like looks a bit better, and you also have all the starter builds, like everything on one page. That also works, and sometimes the Excel just crashes. And we'll basically be doing this all the way until World Tier 4. So just do Nightmare Dungeons, and you guys can see how many levels. Like the first dungeon that I did, I already went from 37, 41, and I'm not even done yet. So I went all the way. Like from one dungeon, just Champion's Demise, I go from 37 to 42, almost 43. So like 5 levels just from doing this one Nightmare Dungeon. And you see damage is kind of okay. This was just Nightmare Dungeon Tier 1, and you always keep getting another key. And then I recommend doing this all the way until level 50. And once, so this takes like 4 dungeons or so. And once you're level 50, you can basically start trying to unlock the next world tier. Again, here you want to temper. You want to look that you have a sacred weapon, and then you want to temper again. Also, we have LFG channels in my Discord that you can join. So over here in my Discord, there's going to be a lot of channels. First of all, we have like amazing artworks here, but there's also going to be an LFG channel. I think it's going to be in the season. You can see here, there's the default channels, and then there is channels here for the different seasons. And we're going to have an LFG channel for the different Helltides. So you can check this out and join people to do Helltides together. But again, the fastest way is doing Nightmare Dungeons. And this is mainly because they are changing a big thing with the XP, where you are getting a crazy amount of XP when you're fighting monsters up to 30 levels higher than you. And this is just going to be wild in the start. Like, you're going to be leveling up so much faster than I did in this video. And you can also do the same in the Helltide when you stack 3 Mind Cages. But still, Nightmare Dungeons, especially the events, if you see a cursed event, a cursed chest, it's gonna be insane amounts of experience for you. So we're basically here for World Tier 4 dungeon. You see I'm going with the Sacred Gear. We are putting in some of the tempers. Tempering is the most important. And then we were able to do the Capstone dungeon at around level 50. And again, this is on a Barbarian. On other classes, it's going to be even easier, especially if you're playing like Necro, Sorc, or Rogue. The Druid might struggle a bit more, but like the other classes are going to be insane for this. And the Nightmare dungeon, the Capstone dungeon is like the Hell dungeon here. So you just basically have to run through. You don't have to kill that many monsters here. You just run through, go to the boss, and then in the end you kill Elias. He usually dies pretty comfortable. I don't think it took me long at all to kill him. And you guys can see here, like Elias with Hoda, Upheaval, and the Coda, not Hoda, the Call of the Ancients is a pretty smooth kill. So you, as long as you dodge his fire attack, you stack fire res, it's gonna be super fine killing this guy. It's basically like a minion necro. You just summon your Ancients and they're murdering it. They are buffing these Ancients more and more and more. So that's gonna be very comfortable. And then once you're in World Tier 4, you basically have the same decision again. You want to do either Nightmare Dungeons or Helltide, but I choose to do Helltide. I choose to do not Helltide, but Nightmare Dungeons, because it's just more XP. Nightmare Dungeons is a bit more the sweaty way of doing it. Helltide is a bit more chill, if you want. But you make a decision. Overall, the XP will be much higher in Nightmare Dungeons because of these events here, just like this Cursed Shrine. Is fantastic. And I basically kept playing Upheaval, and then later on I transitioned into Whirlwind. I'll make a separate video on this. But yeah, that's pretty much the strategy. Again, you can follow along everything. We also have benchmarks. These were like the benchmarks kind of from the old season. I have some here for the new season, because it looks much faster. So these were my times from the video. So you can see here 45 minutes, up to an hour for Worldstone 2 Capstone Dungeon. Worldstone 3 Capstone, World Tier 3 Capstone Dungeon, 1.5 hours. World Tier 4 unlock, like level 60, 2.5 hours. And I think this is still roughly the case, going by this video. Again, I'm going to link this video. I'll put it in the sheet as well. So we have the benchmark video. And yeah, then I think 5 hours, 6 hours to level 100 can be done. But don't feel bad if it's just like, if you're slow or anything. These are like very high efficient times of group play. So if you're playing alone, you can be similar to these times, but don't sweat it. Like if it takes you like a day to reach 100, that's fine as well. This is just the most efficient tactic. Again, Nightmare Dungeons, 1 hour of Helltide, then all the way Nightmare Dungeons to 100. But you can also do the Helltide, you can also do Season Quest. It's up to you, but a lot of these tips will help you a lot. And don't forget to temper your items. It's going to help you very much doing the Capstone Dungeons. And I wish you a great season start. Again, I'm going to make a video about my starter class and my build. Spoiler, it might be Barbarian, but we'll see. Take care, my friends. I'll see you soon. GG. Good luck. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.